Ah, is this me? I can't tell.
You got something to say?
Yeah, Keith, got something to say?
You know, you get Mayhem line.
Yeah, we get the Mayhem. All the Mayhems.
Yeah, it's right here.
Got a new camera angle, too.
It's right there. So that's what it is. If you can't see it, oh well.
Oh, yeah.
Video's done.
Yep. So, supposedly the Mayhem Festival 2015 lineup is leaked. And, you know, we've done this past... How long have we done this? 3 years?
Yeah, I'd say maybe. Did we do 2011?
I don't know.
3-4 years.
Whatever. We're fucking old now. So, the lineup... Go back to the shit!
I'm working on it. There you go.
So, headlining is Slayer. Then the rest of the main stage is
They are lining
King
ahead.
Diamond. Yeah, King Diamond, Hell Yeah, and The Devil Wears Prada. And then the side stages, which is supposedly just a Victory Records stage, I guess? I don't know. Whitechapel, Die Hard is Murder, Jungle Rot, Sister Sin, Sworn In, Shattered Sun, Code Orange, Kissing Candace, and Feed Her to the Sharks.
Why would you do that? I mean,
Supposedly that's all she's got. Now, this could change. This is supposedly leaked with like an AdMet flyer type thing that actually looks like every other Mayhem flyer. Mayhem lineup leaks every year, and it always ends up being the shit that leaked. So this could change. The actual lineup's being announced April 13th for 100% officials. And what are you guys' thoughts?
I just think that this is weird. There's like not that many bands on. That's like the main thing.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 11, 12.
13. We got 13.
Shit, I forgot your screen was
I
touched.
got touch screen.
But 13 bands. I mean, it's still a lot, but I feel...
Like what? Like the last couple of years, I feel like there's been like 25.
More.
Like 25.
I mean, not 25, but I just feel like there's been more.
What?
But...
You older you are.
But, I mean, what do you think... Well, what do you guys think of Slayer headlining?
I think it's interesting. I mean, I don't know if they could do it. I mean, I know Slayer's, you know, been a bigger thing to talk about probably since, I mean, after last year's lineup got announced with, you know, Jeff Hanneman dying and then all the news of, you know, Dave Lombardo leaving and them started making new albums. But I think it's weird. I mean, I initially thought when the rumors that King Diamond was going to be on, I thought they'd have him headline, honestly, over Slayer. But that was just my opinion. I mean, that's really my impressions of it. Like, can they draw a crowd?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they've headlined arenas before, but they've had bigger support, and they did a tour with like Gojira and somebody else, but I don't think it drew that well. And like recently, you know, they've had a lot of publicity, but you know, like you said, but they've been playing in like theaters, kind of. You know what I mean? Like they played at like the Fillmore in Silver Spring. That only holds like 2,000 people.
Yeah.
So they've been playing a lot of places like that. But I think they can. Will they pack the place like Slipknot or Avenged Sevenfold or Rob Zombie? No. Slayer's never headlined Mayhem. What they played under Slipknot before. They played under Marilyn Manson before. So they've never headlined the thing. I think they can draw a big crowd, but...
Maybe not as big as they maybe want. Cause, I mean,
maybe not as much as they did. You know, who knows? Because they've had so much publicity, maybe. But maybe because their lineup is so different, they won't draw as much. But with a new album coming out, who knows? I mean, I think it's interesting. And I think King Diamond is in an appropriate spot. I just think the fact that they have gotten King Diamond is fucking awesome. I mean, that's who I want to go see. Because King Diamond's a very legendary figure in metal. And I really want to see him. His music's been growing on me a lot, too. So, yeah. What do you think of Slayer headlining?
Who's third down on the main stage again?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's weird because, like Tyler kind of said, in past years they've got like Avenged Sevenfold or Rob Zombie. That wasn't one year Disturbed.
Yeah, like
Godsmack.
Slayer isn't a radio friendly band.
Yeah,
too.
and it's just it's kind of not saying they're not popular, but they are very
Niche.
Yeah, not everyone is like. It's kind of like you really like Slayer, and you know, yeah, like he said. But because they usually have one of those bands that a lot of people are saying in Linkin Park, one of those popular bands, and they'll have someone like Slayer that's like really metal, and then they'll have like a stupid band like Hell Yeah or Motorhead or something. Well, not that they're like stupid. It's just I think they're stupid. If you like them, that's cool though. I mean, but it just feels weird. It sort of seems like they're going in one direction, not spreading it out in so much. It could be beneficial. In one way to look at it, the lineup changes. I mean, if I like Slayer, and I've listened to Slayer before. I'm not the biggest fan in the world. But I definitely respect them and what they've done in metal and everything. But if I were as much of a fan, I feel like I would be deterred by what's going on. Like the way they kicked out Dave and the fact that Jeff died could be maybe people want to see them just because, I don't know, maybe you never know when the other members might pass away. But at the same time, I feel like, in a way, I guess it maybe evens out where they kind of look like dicks, but at the same time, people want to see them. It feels that they're going very... With Slayer, it's not everyone's thing. That feels like they're making it more like, in a way, straight towards metal.
They don't appeal to the wide, average, like, rock listener or something that'll get them to go. But two, at the same time, even though Slayer's lineup's different, I feel that they did get the appropriate people to fill in, like getting Paul Bostoff back is the right choice. And Gary Holt, he's just an excellent guitar player. But I agree, some people might not be like, no Dave Lombardo, no fucking care. But yeah.
I wonder if they're trying to pull off something kind of like what happened with Slipknot, which is, right after Paul Gray died, interest in seeing Slipknot live was big, so maybe they're hoping for a similar thing. I mean, I know a lot of people are always, some people complain that, there's these rock headliners all the time.
That's true.
So maybe it's like, here, and then maybe if the show doesn't do good, they're going to be like, now you fucking see why we do it, and then, boom.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could do well. I mean, I don't think that maybe it'll be as successful as past years, but it'll do well this tour. Like even when I said before that I don't think they could draw it like that. That's what I mean. They're not going to compare it to like Slipknot or Rob Zombie or them. Like I don't think Slayer could pull those numbers. They can still pull a lot. I mean, the only place I have a reference of Mayhem takes place at, the Susquehanna Bank Center. They'll probably fill up that place pretty well, but I don't know if I don't think anything could beat how packed that place was for Slipknot.
No, that place was fucking packed.
I've personally never listened to King Diamond, but I guess he's super.
Yeah, I mean,
popular.
he just did a tour playing at the same places that Slayer did in their last fall tour or whatever, and he sold out almost every show, or nearly sold out. I mean, he can draw thousands of people because King Diamond, that tour that he did back in October of last year, that was the first tour he did in years. So, I mean, I think there's definitely interest in seeing him. So yeah, what do you guys think of Hell Yeah or the Devil Wears Prada rounding out the main stage?
It seems normal. It's stage fare in a way, like you know what I mean. You get kind of like a band. Well, even though I guess maybe the last time we went, which was when there was Motorhead, you get kind of like
Wild card.
like a wild card band or a band to kind of draw people in. Like, you get Motorhead, which you get Motorhead, and then you get like a bunch of old school metalheads. Or the one year you get Asking Alexandria, which draws in that whole crowd. And so now it's like, oh, we could draw the whole Devil Wears Prada crowd in, and then Hell Yeah, again, that's maybe them trying to maybe appeal a little bit more to. Actually, I've never really listened to Hell Yeah. The more rocky side, it's like, well, we don't have anybody on here. Let's put them there. So
yeah, Hell Yeah is one of those bands that tries to be like metal, but they're more rock, like Avenged Sevenfold or Five Finger Death Punch or something. It always seems like the main stage is always kind of a hodgepodge of stuff.
Yeah.
Like the one year, what was it? Like Asking Alexandria, Mastodon.
Well, yeah,
Was it that year?
it was Asking Alexandria.
Wasn't Motorhead there after Asking Alexandria?
No, Motorhead.
Yeah, actually, I'm wrong. It was Asking Alexandria, Motorhead,
And someone else.
Slayer, Slipknot.
Yeah, Slayer, Slipknot, and then
Avenged Sevenfold was
and then
last.
2012.
and then it was a Monomarth. Then it was a Monomarth. Mastodon. Then
Five Finger
Death
Death
Punch.
So it always seems like the top two bands are somewhat similar, and then there's two interesting. To me, the Devil Wears Prada is not a band to open up the main stage with. To me, they're not an arena band. They are a headline to side stage type of band that you get up close and personal with, right up to the fucking rail and go fucking bonkers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they don't. I just don't see them getting people moving in an arena on a big ass stage with mostly people sitting down and watching.
with a lot of people.
No, I mean, I'm not saying I like the Devil Wears Prada. I think it's cool that they're on here, but I don't know. It don't seem like an opening. And then Hell Yeah, I mean, it was just a matter of time.
Which year was Avenged Sevenfold?
That was last year.
Yeah.
And it was then Korn. Who else was on? I mean, those are the only two that I remember was on the main
Asking
stage.
Alexandria was the third band.
Okay, it was Uproar that I saw
I
Avenged
forget who
Sevenfold.
opened.
Yeah, it was Uproar.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I make fun of Hell Yeah. That doesn't mean I'm making fun of you. I make fun of the band. I don't make fun of the people that listen to them. I'm not a fan of Hell Yeah, I guess. But yeah, like Tyler said about the Devil Wears Prada, I don't get with this thing that they keep trying to do for a while. I don't listen to them maybe as much as I did like a year ago. I still listen to them quite a bit every now and then. I like a lot of their newer stuff over their older stuff. But yeah, it's that Asking Alexandria type band. They're a lot better than Asking Alexandria. But they like to appeal to the metal core, the core side, I guess. I feel like it would be a lot better roundup of main stage bands if they switched Devil Wears Prada like headline and side stage and brought in like Killswitch Engage. Yeah. And that would make I feel like the main stage
like Hell Yeah open and then Killswitch Engage.
Yeah, it would make it more more I guess traditional metal people, rock people like that would really get into it. Like the Devil Wears Prada really does feel out of place. And they do this thing for a while where they try to play big stage and like shows like that. They're really like a small venue band, but
maybe not necessarily with the Devil Wears Prada, but I can see why they always put bands like this on, because for basically the rest of the show, a lot of the bands that are on are that kind of band. And so I could see maybe some people leaving at that point, and so having a band like that on the main stage is trying to, well, I'm already here for the main stage, might as well stick around. It's trying to get them to stick around for longer, you know what I mean? So I mean, like I agree, it's probably a better band to do this with, but I see why they're there.
And on that point, it is weird that the rest of the lineup isn't as Slayerish, you know? It's like Whitechapel is a heavy band and everything, but they're not like thrash metal.
Yeah, it almost makes Slayer seem out of place.
Yeah,
it really does. It's like,
you know what I mean? Because here's all these new bands, and then there's the old school motherfuckers that have been around since the '80s. You know what I mean? So
I mean, hopefully they have this is only a partial leak.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that ever.
There's another stage. I mean, because maybe I don't care if they have a Sumerian stage again. I probably won't look at it, but I mean, like another stage, and then maybe have a band like, I mean, now this would be interesting, but then I don't know where they fit on here. You know, again, with the kind of the cool thing of having Gary Holt and Slayer, you know, putting like Exodus as like headlining one of the side stages or something. Sick. And then boom, then you got your other thrash guy, and maybe put like, I don't know, Battlecross back on again, or some band like that, Diamond Plate, some, you know, again, like you said, to kind of round it out. Maybe, you know, the way this is looking, have this stage kind of be more that, and then have a little more other kinds of metal on a different stage or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get into the side stage stuff. Whitechapel, and Whitechapel's been on a tour. This is like their 4th time, I think they'll be on this tour or something, third or fourth. You know, I'm not a big fan of their new album, but they still put on a pretty cool live show. So that's cool. The Art is Murder puts on an excellent fucking show. Like, they are chaotic and pissed off, and they will probably get that entire place fucking going somehow. And they'll probably be fucking, Richard will probably throw cabbages at everybody in the pit because they'll be pissed off. Jungle Rot is cool too. They're a death metal band, and they are heavy. Like, they're just straight up old school death metal, and I think it's cool to have a band like that on this tour. You know, last year they had like Cannibal Corpse, so I mean, Jungle Rot isn't to the
same degree.
The same degree of Cannibal Corpse, but it's still cool and good for them. You know, because they've never been on such a huge tour like this. I don't know about Sister Sin or Sworn In or Kissing Candace. I don't know those bands, so I'm not going to speak of them. Shattered Sun, I need to check out. They're on a tour with Testament and Exodus coming up, so I assume that they're somewhat like that if they're on that tour, so I'll have to check them out. Code Orange, they'll probably be pretty cool. It's cool that a band like, because they're kind of a smaller band, aren't they? I mean, you know, more that they're on such a huge tour like this, so that's cool. I just know that they're a pretty cool hardcore band. I don't really listen to them too much, but I've heard a little bit of them. And Feeder to the Sharks are some, you missed it by a couple years deathcore band. At least when I checked them out years ago. It just felt like you kind of missed your time to show up. I'm just surprised they're still around, to be honest with you. So what else? What do you guys think of some of these side stage bands?
I mean, yeah, Shattered Sun, because again they're on that tour with Testament and Exodus to be cool. I mean, it's again the top 3 is kind of like the bands that I know of / would be kind of interested in seeing. I mean, because I'm used to having like especially with the side stages, and the 2 times I've been in Mayhem, having like a 50% chance with like the bands.
Yeah,
like half the bands on there are just bad, and the other half. Which, I mean, some of these don't, you know, I mean, who knows? Maybe this will be the year where they actually have a fucking decent lineup. Because there isn't really too many bands besides maybe Feeder to the Sharks, and I don't know about, like I said, I don't know really any of the other ones that scream, you know, that kind of band that's just there. That's like,
there's not really that Warped Tour band that's kind of randomly on it, like Emotionless in White or something.
Like
I think Miss Mayhem was on it last year.
I don't count that.
The Breather, they're a fucking Warped Tour band. You could say maybe the Devil Wears Prada is a Warped Tour band, but I think they're much better than anything that's ever on fucking Warped Tour anyways. So I don't really count them. But yeah. What do you think of side stage?
Yeah, Whitechapel's cool. I haven't listened to them in a while. But they still put on, at least from quite a few times I've seen them, they put on a really good show. And a lot of people are really into them. I've seen them with Mayhem before, and they were really, really good. I think it was just after the self-titled came out. And it was like, a couple of their new songs that they played off of that were really freaking cool.
Yeah.
I've never listened to Jungle Rot, I don't think. What were some of the other bands?
The Art is Murder.
Yeah, I've never really been that into them. I mean, I used to be pretty into deathcore, but I guess I started to get out of deathcore some when that band was sort of coming around, so I guess I maybe missed them by a little bit.
Yeah.
Sister Sin, never heard of them. Sworn In, one song I'm pretty sure it was called Let Down. I'm pretty sure that's one song I listened to them before that was pretty cool. Then I got their album and some Roman numerals. I don't know. I didn't really care for it that much. Shattered Sun, never listened to them. Code Orange is really cool. Kissing Candace, never listened to them. Feeder to the Sharks, never listened to them. But Code Orange is really cool. But I can see them as a band that I feel like maybe half the people are just gonna stand and watch, and they're really a band for like people in the pit, I guess, with some of their heavier moments in songs. But I feel like quite a few people are just gonna kind of stand there and watch because they are definitely a different band.
They seem like one of those bands that just are perfect for a venue that has like 150 people in it.
Yeah,
And
like
it would just be fucking insane.
I watched like videos I think on YouTube before. It looked like they were playing in some like oh, what do you call it? Like no, it's like just on the floor. It looked like in some cafeteria. Not even a house show, but just looked like in like some cafeteria or something. And like people were, swinging their arms around the floor, like going ape shit, and it was really cool. But like on a bigger scale, I still think they would be really cool to see. They'd be fun to watch. But as per everyone, I feel like maybe half the people would be just kind of standing and watching and stuff. But overall, it seems like even the side stage bands are kind of lacking. And we're like, yeah, there's Whitechapel, and I guess Jungle Rot has a name to themselves, and not really, people don't really know Code Orange. I didn't know Feeder to the Sharks. I don't know. I've never listened to quite a few bands on there. But they don't even have like, I'm not a fan, but like Immure or something, a band with like a name like that.
Like one year when they had like Anthrax.
Yeah, that would be really
that's the
sweet.
one year too. They had like Machine Head and Trivium and
Yeah. I'm looking here at this website where a lot of people are talking about, because this is still non-confirmed.
It's not 100% confirmed,
but it kind of basically is. And some people,
yeah,
it was like, oh, System of a Down has dates overseas until April, and then nothing until August or September when Mayhem ends. I'm like, yeah. And then Death Clock. Somebody had Death Clock on here. I mean, lots of Linkin Park.
I was personally thinking that Judas Priest was going to headline, and that would be cool.
That would be like that would be the most out there one, but that'd be really awesome.
Judas Priest Slayer co-headline.
Oh fuck, right.
That'd be sick, but
I guess that's still. As far as
like, there's just a lot of bands that just put out albums that they could get on this tour, like Testament or
try to get
Overkill or something.
And Spherum, they literally just put out an album.
They're like Oceana or something. They put out a new album.
Here's
they're gonna put one out. Whatever.
Yeah.
Murder.
Other people got like
Brutality.
Slipknot headlining again, which I mean could be, but
they're doing their own summer tour in August, so that
the hot topic stage, Jägermeister. What?
Morbid Angel headlining that Hot Topic stage.
Behemoth. This is like, and then in this moment, all right, that's fucking stupid. I'm gonna stop reading this.
So, like we said in the beginning of the video, this isn't confirmed yet, so this could change. This shit could be completely different. We're wrong, but if this is the lineup, are you going or not?
What would you rate it, and then would you go or not? Out of 10.
At this point, I'd probably give it like a. I mean, there's some cool bands on here that I wouldn't mind seeing. So I mean, but I feel like with the lack of bands, I'd maybe give it like right around like 7 out of 10. I would possibly think about going if I had the money and I had free time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to give it to, 7 out of 10. I'd like to see about half these bands. I really want to see King Diamond. And Slayer, I mean, that'd be cool to see. Because it's Slayer. Hell yeah, I don't care about. Delver's probably be cool. Whitechapel, Liar Murder, Jungle Rot, Shattered Sun, Code Orange, they'd be cool to see.
I'll probably give it like a 5.5 out of 10. I mean, there are some bands, definitely a number of bands on here that, I would see if I went, but it's just to me, I guess, there needs to be like I kind of felt that way maybe last year if there was like one or two more bands, like if Killswitch is on it, that would be really cool. I would really want to see Killswitch. I would more likely go, but there's just like it feels like, you know, I don't want to go for like Feeder to the Sharks.
I mean,
and all these bands I've never really listened to.
Like I said, I mean, they've usually had at least
they might be
2
cool,
stages, so,
but
I mean,
I feel like, you know, if it's a band that I've never really listened to, I'd rather see them on a smaller tour and stuff. You know, not being like 8 billion degree heat all day just to check a couple bands out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
But like I've always said, like you know,
Mayhem's
we've
about
said
the
before,
experience.
that's the best part about Mayhem Festival to me. It's like, yeah, there's usually a handful of bands that I want to see, but it's just the experience of being there and the people that are usually there are usually pretty fucking cool. Like, it's always fun to go there an hour or 2 early and just
hang out in the parking
lot. You know, so I think
listen to people chant, yell Slayer, which will actually have some meaning this time around, like the one year.
yeah.
Like last time they were there, God, they got mad.
Another band that I thought was going to be on it, I don't care about it anymore because their new shit sucks, but they draw. It's all that remains. I mean, they just put out a new album. I honestly thought that they were going to be on this tour. But, I mean, I don't give a fuck if they were on it.
Texas in July isn't headlining. I don't care.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's supposed to be the new name.
Yeah. What about Structures?
Structures.
Structures isn't a structure anymore. They fucking broke up.
Oh, they did? I haven't listened to them in a long time.
They called it quits.
But yeah,
Well,
it'd be cool if
like
they had
down.
like...
Guar.
Yeah, they had like
Jesus.
Dillinger or something. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe Converge, bring that sort of crowd into it.
Periphery.
Nails would be sick. Like
No,
Nails.
That'd be
really
cool.
cool.
That band's insane.
But,
Fucking
yeah, they had
Periphery,
some,
man.
just a
They
couple
put out
bands
an
like that. Yeah, even like Periphery. Like they're another band that would, you know, bring me closer to going. But like, you know, at least I guess just to me.
There just needs to be like that band or two. That's
Like,
just
I would see the Devil Wears Prada. I would go for Code Orange, but that's like maybe like 1 or 2 more bands that I would go for. Some of the other lineup is like, you know, either check them out or like, yeah, it'd be cool to see. Like, yeah, it'd be cool to see Slayer. It'd be cool to see Whitechapel, Thy Art Is Murder, and check a couple other bands out. That's usually what it is. You go for, you definitely see them, and you check a couple of them out. And occasionally there's a band that's like, dingus, you know.
Punchers.
Yeah.
I wish they were on it. Another band that I'm surprised that they haven't put on this tour yet, and it's like weird because they would draw like fucking crazy, and that's I don't really care for them, but that's Volbeat.
Oh yeah, Volbeat.
I just don't know why they still have not got Volbeat on this tour, to be honest with you. But
Probably Burning Body was on it last year, right?
yeah,
Did they get booed at all?
and no, the singer went missing, so they had nobody to boo. No, they might have.
You should bring back like Impending Doom or something like that.
Dude, is that band still around?
They should do like the not really relevant but still kind of holding on tour. No offense to them, but you know, I don't care. It's true.
Yeah, it is. Is that all we wrote? They should get Kiss to headline. Because Kiss is fucking Mayhem, man. Mayhem! You know, they have their...
Maybe. I was like, no, but I'm like, maybe.
You know, Mayhem is like the metal tour, then Uproar's like the modern rock / alternative tour. They should make a classic rock tour.
I don't really listen to anyone, but I'm kind of surprised that they don't have like August Burns Red or something.
Yeah,
a lot of people
right?
would like go nuts on
And
it.
they're working on a new album, too.
They should. Yeah, are they?
Yeah.
Like, did they announce it?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking it's about time that they would.
Yeah. They're missing the fucking point, man. There's a lot of shit they could have got.
But does the tour last until August? Because if it's not, they can't. They can't put August
burn
Burns
Red.
Red. Yeah.
Let us know what you think of this lineup, if this is the true
Yeah.
lineup. And if it changes, well, then we'll make a different fucking video. But if not, we're not going to make another video. Because this is it. This is the official fucking video.
It's official.
This is the official Mayhem Festival announcement video. Kevin Lyman called us and was like, "Can you talk about this shit, homie? Because I'm coming to Lancaster for Launch Festival. It's going to be fucking sick."
You can come up on stage and fucking
I feel like that guy's gonna be so disappointed.
I think he's been here like last year and the past couple of years. I don't know. What?
Do you?
Well, I don't know. From a business standpoint, he would just see what draws and.
Why would you be friends with CI Records? They don't have anything fucking relevant. Why isn't the CI Records bands on this tour?
I smell conspiracy.
Yeah. Dingus.
What are you trying to say?
AC/DC headlines next year. They're like all 90.